I didn't get to say everything that I need to say because I got sidetracked in a lot of other things. But I think another contributing factor, with these kids, I think that these young folks, why they turn to killing other people is because they feel like they have no hope. They feel like the obstacle in front of them to the American dream or whatever, it's just never attainable, and they feel like they'll never be able to accomplish anything. They feel worthless, they feel useless, and then it comes back to no one giving a damn about them. That's how they feel, because people they ain't showing it, they're not. And like I said, I'm not saying it's okay for them to go out and do what they did or do what they do. I'm just merely trying to show the world what it's like inside the mind of one of these people and why they would do what they would do. We live in a society that's so materialistic. You hear all the time, well, daycare costs so much. Well, why don't you stay at home with your kid and raise your own kid? Why don't you pick a man that can provide the life you want? Or how about this? How about you just live an average lifestyle instead of thinking that you're some kind of celebrity? And be the stay-at-home mom and nurture your kid, and so your kid doesn't feel abandoned. I'm not blaming this all on the mom. I'm not. I'm just saying our society is set up so both people have to work. No, both people do not have to work. One person could work. You could have the dad stay at home. It's probably less natural for the dad to stay home, but somebody needs to stay home with the kid when they're young. And teach that kid respect, morals, and values, and shaping that kid's life and giving that kid love. You see, I was born in a generation where I think the generations before mine, like the boomers, I think when they grew up, they were spoiled big time because their parents didn't have nothing, so they wanted to give their kids a life that they didn't have. But the problem is it conditioned the boomers to spoil their kids, which it's like, and I did it myself, I give my kids a lot of toys, but it's like, okay, your kid has a lot of toys. That's cool. But does the kid even play with 90% of the toys? I see it on. You see it like with these kids and opening up their presents, and especially when they're little. Now look at this. When you see these kids opening up their presents when they're little, and they open up a present, and they want to play with that. They want to play with that, but no, the parents like, nah, let's open up this one. My whole point is that kid ends up being by itself all the time. And parents, instead of giving that kid love and time and spending time with that kid and making that kid feel wanted, the parents just buy the kids off. So the kid feels alone. Have you ever seen that movie? I think it's called The Toy. I forgot forgot the actor's name. It was like in the 70s. It was like, he's a black comedian. He was very Richard Pryor. Now that kid was, now this is just a movie, but that kid had every single toy a kid ever want. But what did that kid have missing in his life? Human connection. So that the most prized toy was he just wanted a friend, somebody he could play with and interact with, and that these kids are being by themselves. They're being raised on just screens, and if you wonder why these kids are killing themselves, it's because of that. They just feel like they're not wanted. They feel like they have no purpose. Some of them act out in horrible, horrific ways, like going and shooting people. They're not being taught anything. And I think that this next generation, Generation Z, is going to show you exactly what it is. It's going to get pretty ruthless out here. And we've created this with this materialistic lifestyle. Superficial lifestyle. Oh, I'll buy you whatever you want, kid. Just shut up. Oh, we're in the store. Oh, you want to act out? You don't get what you want? You want to act out? Okay, here. Just stop crying so I look stupid in front of everybody. Spoiling. I haven't been the perfect parent. I'm not saying I have. I've made plenty of mistakes in my day. Granted, I'm not really a kid person. But I think I did pretty decent for not being a kid person. I think my kids are going to turn out alright. And that's all you could really want out of your kids, to be productive members of society. I think too much pressure is being put on kids. It's not so much, it's like a different type of pressure. It's social pressure. And some of these kids are being molded into things that they don't even want to be. They're not being taught love. They're not being taught respect. They're not being taught values. They're not being taught anything. They're being raised in toxic environments where you see their parents have all kinds of partners coming in and out of their life. And some of those partners might be abusing the kids. It's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. I don't know. I just think that people should be more responsible. If they're not grown-ups, if they're not ready to have kids, then just be responsible when you're making that choice to go into the bedroom with somebody. On both sides. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Both sides. The woman should protect herself and the man should protect himself.